Friends United Meeting's theme for 2021 is hope and light. We take that on with a sense of calling, to allow that theme to guide and shape our work as a global community of Quakers. In talking about it with others, I think we carry it with a sense of responsibility as we seek to follow Christ faithfully and as we seek to serve the world and the communities that we inhabit. In so many conversations with people, I hear them express a spirit of hopelessness right now. We're worried about ourselves, our families, our communities, our countries. Sometimes friends have suggested that it feels like the darkness is just about to overwhelm the light. Today, I'm mindful that for those of us who are called to offer hope and light to others, we have to know it ourselves. We have to know it in our bones, as that source and center of our lives, as the animating power that makes this work possible. Otherwise, people like me will simply give in to fear, allow ourselves to be silenced, or allow ourselves to just simply hide away. Or maybe we'll let the anxiety that's swirling around in us whip us into a frenzy of reactionary words or well-meaning but very misplaced activity. So how do we come to know that place of stability, where we're rooted in the soil of the Spirit, where we've become so immersed in the life of Christ that it's God's hope being spoken through us. It's the light of Christ being reflected through us rather than just our own worry and weakness. The call to be hope and light, I think, begins right here. It starts here, in returning to Christ as our source and as our center. Every week, FUM will be exploring some ideas, some practices, some reminders aimed at helping us join in this work of being hope and light together. We're not suggesting these are the only practices or that this is the only way to go about it, but it's a way of reminding those of you who are members of our community that we are not in this alone and we can share in this work together. In fact, I want to encourage you to share your ideas of how you're going about this work in the comment section below so that we can learn from one another as we journey forward. For today, I simply want to offer a reminder from Thomas Kelly's wonderful little book, The Eternal Promise. He says this: "The times are severe, the need is great, and we must hasten, we all agree. But where do we hasten? Two directions, I say, in order to plumb the depths and scale the heights of life. We must hasten unto God, and we must hasten into the world. But the first is the prime need. Though the world be aflame by its own blindness and hate and narrow ideals, we must first hasten unto God. People whose heads have not yet rested in the bosom of God are not yet ready to be saviors of the world." Now, I confess I have no sense of being a savior to anyone, not myself or others. But what I do know, and what I sense we are very much called to do, that we can do, is offer hope and light to others as we live deeply into our life with God. So I encourage you to reflect on that sense of calling this week. And in the meantime, may God give you peace.